Hey everyone, today is lesson 1 of learning how to sing. Lesson 1 consists of diaphragmatic breathing. That's what we're going to talk about today. Basically, we're just going to learn how to maintain your air intake when you inhale and when you exhale, and why it's so important. Before I begin, I wrote down some questions to which I'm going to answer. These hopefully will help you in developing your breathing habits for singing. Alright, you ready? Let's get started. Number 1, what is diaphragmatic breathing? Well, basically, diaphragmatic breathing is using your diaphragm to breathe deeply. Kind of inhaling, exhaling, nice and slowly. Kind of get you relaxed. Basically, this is what I mean when I talk about diaphragmatic breathing. Question number 2. Where is your diaphragm? Well, I don't know if you can see basically right here, but from the top of your chest all the way to below your stomach is your diaphragm area. But to pinpoint your diaphragm muscles, it's right underneath your chest and right above your stomach. This is the area that we're going to hone into and focus on when I talk about your diaphragm. This is the muscle that we're going to learn how to develop and exercise as we get ready to sing. Okay, number 3. Why should you use your diaphragm for breathing? Well, the reason why you should use your diaphragm for breathing is because it helps you sing more powerfully, and it keeps you from using your throat muscles. You'll notice if you're not properly breathing and properly using your diaphragm, you're going to sing and even speak from your throat. When you speak from your throat, you end up irritating it, and after you irritate your throat for long periods of time, it's harder to sing, and it's harder to be more effective in your singing when you use your throat, because you're going to find that your throat is always hurting, and you're not going to get that, what I like to call that pure sound, when you use your throat. It's going to only happen when you use your diaphragm. Hope that makes sense. Okay. Number 4, how do you breathe with your diaphragm? Well, I'm going to give you a couple of exercises. This should help you breathe when you're singing. The first exercise you're going to do is lay down. Simple. You're just going to lay down on your bed. You can lay down on the floor. Wherever you can just lay down and find a really comfy place, you're going to lay down. Put one hand on your chest. Your second hand you're going to place on your stomach. And then you're just going to simply breathe. If you find that when you breathe, and your hand that is sitting on your chest is moving, then you're not breathing properly. Now, if you breathe and you find that your hand that's sitting on your stomach area is moving, then that's an indication that you're breathing properly. So now, when you're laying down, what you're going to want to do is inhale. But when you inhale, notice most of the time when we inhale, we kind of puff out our chest like that. This is an improper way of breathing, and it's a really bad technique to use when you're singing. What you're going to do when you breathe in, you're going to push out your stomach muscles. This is how you learn to use your diaphragm. Try it with me. Now, you probably can't really see my stomach, but that's okay. Don't even worry about it. This is what you're going to basically keep on practicing when you're by yourself. You're going to learn how to breathe in, hold it for about 10 seconds, and then slowly breathe out. Do this every day, maybe about 10 to 15 times a day. This is what I do. I do it about 10 to 15 times a day when I'm laying down, when I'm walking. I just incorporate it in my everyday schedule. It helps me relieve stress. It helps keep me relaxed. And then when I sing, it helps me sing properly. Okay? That's exercise number 1. Now, the next question I have is there a proper way to breathe when you're sitting? And should you sing when you're sitting? Well, there is a proper way to breathe when you're singing. It's not always good to sing when you're sitting down. But if you're a drummer like me, or you play the keys like my brother, or perhaps the guitar, you're going to find that a lot of times your instrument will keep you sitting down. And if you want to project a pure sound when you're singing and you're sitting down, then you have to make sure that you're breathing properly even when you're sitting down. Okay? So, the first thing you're going to want to do is plant your feet sturdy and firmly on the ground. You can't see my feet. I'm not going to move the camera. But make sure that your feet are on the ground. If you don't have any instrument in your hand, take both of your palms, let them sit flat on your legs, and then sit up straight like so. Don't move your head up or move it around, because what you'll find is the more you move your head, the more you'll sing from your throat. Also, the exercise that I gave you earlier, when you breathe, the good thing you do is breathe slowly. If you inhale slowly and then exhale quickly, what you're going to do is you're going to exhale from your throat rather than your diaphragm. This is, again, an improper way of breathing, especially when you're learning how to properly sing. Sitting down, okay? So, getting ready to sing. Once you've placed your feet firmly on the ground, let's say, I don't know, maybe you're in choir rehearsal, you know, and the choir director is telling you, everybody get ready to sing. This right here is your best posture, okay? Now, what you're going to do is, after I taught you how to breathe, you're going to do that. Breathe in. But this time, when you breathe out, you're going to let out an ah, A-H sound. Are you ready? Try it with me. Ah. Now notice the difference in the next exercise we're going to do. We're going to do the exact same thing. However, this time we're going to let out a ha sound. H-A. You ready? Let's try it. Now notice, if you use the H-A sound as opposed to the A-H sound, one of them you're using your throat. Can you guess which one that is? Let's try it one more time. Ah. And let's try the other one. Ah. You should be able to notice by the sound that's being projected from your voice, as well as the way it sounds from your throat and your diaphragm. If you guess that the first exercise is the proper way, then you're right. You'll notice that when you give out that ah sound, it's more of a pure sound than the ha sound. Now, try to do that a couple times throughout the day. Just keep practicing. And the reason why I taught you that exercise is so that you can distinguish the two different ways of breathing. You'll notice again that you're breathing more so from your throat when you use the ha, as opposed to using your diaphragm for the ah sound. So it's just to distinguish the two for your own personal learning. Okay? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to sing la. It's good to go up and down the scale so that you can understand, so that you can hear and learn to develop your tone and how you sound and how you can hear yourself. It's better to do it with a piano. Unfortunately, I don't have a piano with me. So, I'm going to coach you through a couple, and then you just either do it with me or repeat it after me, and then try it out on your own. You ready? Here's what we're going to do. La 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 la. And then we invert it, take it up one key. La 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 la. Now notice what I'm doing as I'm doing this is I am slowly breathing in, holding my breath, and then when I sing my la, I am slowly letting my stomach muscles contract, slowly allowing the air to escape as I sing the la. The reason why you do this is because you'll be able to hold the laws for a long time at the end should you choose to do so. Alright? Watch. I'll give you an example. La 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 la. Now if you weren't breathing properly, you wouldn't be able to hold that note for a long time. Alright, let's try and go up the scale, just a couple, and then we'll go to the next question. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. One more. La 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 la. Now you'll notice as I'm singing, my mouth muscles are smiling. We're going to talk more about it in a later lesson, but just to give you a sneak preview, the reason why I'm smiling is because it's helping me project my voice stronger as the air comes out, and also when you smile, when you sing, it gives a more happy flavor, if you will, or a more happy feeling, better word, to the song. So always remember that when you're singing, however you allow your mouth muscles to move is going to project the feeling of the song. If you're feeling sad and you go la 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 la, kind of look a little sadder, you slow down the pace, it's going to give a more sad feeling. Alright? Just remember that. Let's see, do I have any more questions? That's about it. I have one more exercise that I want to show you, but I'm going to do that in a later lesson. So, we're going to recap a little later, but I hope you've enjoyed lesson 1 of learning how to sing. Thank you. See you lesson 2.